into phase 2. The first video you're about to see is a video where we are parked by the bathroom house and we're trying to figure out what is going on ahead of us. You can see all the cars. This video is recorded by my son while I was running around trying to get answers. It's kind of funny because you could see the teenager attitude in him being bothered by the natural disaster flood waking him up at 3 in the morning. This is where we're parked, right outside the line, waiting for the line to move, sitting outside the bathrooms, and the lightning strikes. You can kind of see how much water is all over the campsite. So this is my son. He's recording right now the line that's not moving. We are parked outside the bathroom. I'm running back and forth trying to figure out what's going on.
3 a.m. Have to wake up, leave, but it's flooding, bro. I'm tired as a motherfucker right now. It's my strong toes are down over here. Well, if I get out, I get out.
So at this point, I walk down the end of the road and we realize that the road is blocked. The owner tells us that someone has wrecked and there's no way we can get out now. And he suggests for us all to take refuge at the check-in center, which is back behind us. So we all run back to our trucks. Me and my friend Chris, we decide to drop our our campers right there on location, on site, right there by the bathrooms. Before I do that, I go ahead and tell Whitney and the 2 young ones, my 3-year-old and my 6-year-old, that we need to go ahead and get into the truck and leave the car here. So we took the car and we kind of pulled it around the way of this bathroom house, and I had to park it in between this propane tank and the walls and the trees, kind of where if it was getting pushed by the water, I was hoping it would just kind of bounce around inside these trees and not float down river. I go to help them. Jace grabs my youngest and Whitney grabs the 6-year-old, and she's running across the water, and we hit this ditch that when we go in the water, we both go into our chest deep. So we're holding the kids in the air, walking through this deep ditch, trying to get to the truck. So once we get into the truck now, I get them in the truck, and now we drop the campers. I help my buddy Chris drop his camper. And in this meantime, everyone's panicking and trying to turn around their campers, drop campers, and do everything they can to get back to the check-in center. You cannot see the roads at this point. It's dark. It's raining again. The rain is now picked up even harder. You can't see, and now the water is actually flowing. So now you realize there's water flowing in from other sources, and now you're like, holy crap. So we came from over there, back in that little pit. Getting through there was fucking nuts. And we rescue from this point down into this direction, down that road.
You guys open this, or was this opened up already? Oh, it's wet.
We were the last ones to go. Everybody else had already made it. He came up. The water, I swear, was like 4 feet deep at the start, and whenever we went down the ditch areas, it was like all the way up to our windows. We get behind Dave's truck, and it was where I call it, where Dave parted the muddy sea, because he's pushing the water in front of us, and the waves are splashing maybe 8 feet in the air to the side of his tractor, where it's up as high as he's sitting in his tractor, and we're right behind him. And as we're right behind him, the waves are crashing back down on the side of our truck. So we're following behind him. As we follow behind him down and up the road, he veers off to the side by the check-in center, and I drove through, and you could see that the fence is already covered up all the way. Like, the thing you can see is the very top of the fence post. So there's a little bitty opening by the telephone pole and the fence where we swung the truck right in there, and somehow this truck drove through all that water, and we made it up into the check-in site. And I parked right next to the side of the building. At the time, the building was the high ground, and I figured that this would be it. I never thought the water would never come all the way this far in the first place. So we tied up the vehicle next to the porch after seeing my homie Chris tie up his truck to a stump. And so I tied mine to this post, and when we were there, that's when I want to stop and that's going to be the end of phase 2. Because at this point, the kids are in the car, in my truck, watching TV. The truck's still running, air conditioning's running. They got their blankets. It's a little more relaxed. We're trying to calm down. I'm thinking it's all over. I'm thinking we're about to just be stuck at the check-in center. We got supplies. We got phones. We're going to be okay. It's going to be awkward, but it's just like we're calming down. And at this point, it was about getting ready to become sunrise. So right whenever the sun gets ready to rise, that's when we're going to switch into phase 3. One more time, another angle. Man, look at that camper getting smashed. There's the building. So way down there, that's where we came from. There's the bathroom house where we parked the Volt. We drove down this road towards where the camera's coming from. We went across this road right here towards the light pole, right past the flags. Then I went up that driveway up and parked next to the building. There's my homie's truck.